Good morning, my angels. Happy Friday, TGIF. Thank God it is Friday. I hope you've had a great work week. We're winding it down, tapping into the energies of the weekend. This is your weekly Friday wake-up call. As always, give me a big thumbs up, share, and like to let me know you appreciate what I'm doing and to help these videos move up the YouTube algorithm so the channel can become monetized and other Sagittariuses can receive these messages. It is Friday. Cause have been blessed and prayed for. I've asked the Heavenly Father and St. Michael and all the angels and saints and our ancestors and guides to protect and watch over us as we tap into the energies of this Friday as we go into the weekend. Join me again later today or tomorrow early for your general weekend message. We're soon going to be mid-month into September. I'll be posting some messages early next week for your mid-month energies. Started out with the message to respect your fundamentals, and I think that's just a reminder and a message from the universe and those who govern and protect us to respect the common things, to respect the things that have been instilled in us, the values, the principles. Many of us have forgotten the basics. I kind of attach respecting the fundamentals as to, in a simpler term, respecting the basics, going back to the principles of things that we were taught from our youth, respecting the elderly, taking care of your mother, no violence to children and women, and all these other small things, opening up the car door, for your spouses, for your lady friends, being kind and loving to each other, if you belch or burp, you say, if someone sneezes, you say, "Excuse me, God bless you." All the small common mannerisms that we were taught as children, how many of them that we've passed on to our children or grandchildren and the newer generations have just tossed aside. We need to respect the fundamentals because it's the fundamentals that keep us grounded. It's the fundamentals that are a source of our foundation. So as you go about your weekend, especially as you start your Friday, take a chance as you meditate and pray and look over your life and see if you and your family are respecting the fundamentals, or do you need to renew or bring those fundamentals back into your life and that of your family. Okay, the first wake-up call message we get is the card of abundance. Prepare yourself, Sagittarius, for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks that you currently have. Both in fairyland and in human land, there's enough abundance for everyone. These are messages from the fairies today coming through. And in your fantasy world and in real life, you can have abundance. You can fantasize things that you want and make them come into fruition in your real life. But you have to work hard and you have to believe. At the bottom of the deck, we get the card of temptation. Are you in denial, Sagittarius, about an unhealthy habit? Perhaps one that makes you feel guilty. This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever the guise. So just like how you're strong enough and you can vocalize and make things come from fantasy to reality, we also have to be careful of the things that can fall or make us fall in temptation. Could be that diet, the food you shouldn't be eating, that lover you shouldn't be seeing, that card game you shouldn't be playing, those extra shots at the club you shouldn't be taking, cursing or using foul language against people. There's different attitudes and actions and bad habits that we use or that we're tempted to use that we need to be stronger to pray over it and just release it and not use it. We know it's not good. We know what the triggers are, and we just have to avoid temptation, because temptation can really cause us to lose the things that we work so hard to bring into abundance in our life. Let's just see what they say in the middle of the deck for us today. We also get the energy of music. Continue to listen to music carefully, for there may be messages in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. Music is a healing principle. It's really something in which many of us, we tie a lot of memories to. It can be very healing and soothing. But again, depending on what type of music you listen to, that can also be a trigger to temptation, because some music has violent language. It has dark demonic principles to it. So be careful of the music that you listen to, because that music can trigger you and tempt you to do bad things or act out, which will impact what you're trying to bring into your life. What else do we need to be brought aware of this Friday? Well, we get the card of clarity, seeing clearly. Your home is a direct reflection of your well-being and vice versa. The two almost always mirror each other. If you find yourself, Sagittarius, muddled or confused about something today, a natural aid is to clear the space in your place. Even cleaning out a drawer triggers clearer insight. Clarity is the reward for simple living. And sometimes, when you have a mental block or physical blocks or delays in your life, it could be your energies, your surroundings. You need to do that feng shui in your home. You need to clean up the cluttered areas, clear your corners that give you money and prosperity and peace. Getting rid of physical things in your life that you're holding yourself to that take up space also takes up space in your mental. Let's clear everything that is dragging us down and taking up unnecessary space so that we can have open space with a clear vision, with the clarity to make the right decisions and to take the right actions within our life. We also get the card of intention. Today, move with intention, moving with clarity, moving with purpose. A good way to keep your home organized is to first determine the intention for each room. Then only put there what serves that purpose. This goes for drawers and closets too. Whenever there's a rush of activity, it will be easier to address your needs when things are in order. So this Friday is all about not only working with the things that tempt you and working on those triggers and putting them aside and working towards your abundance and making it come to fruition. But we're also talking about giving you the space to have the clarity, to have these visions and to see where you need to go in life, to see your path, to open up doors of opportunity with clear intention. Because what you kind of put into your mind, you can visualize and take action in. So you do want positive intention. And a lot of people really don't realize how much your home setting, your home environment, how much that affects your clarity, how much that affects your intention, how much temptation a dismantled or a very confused home that is not properly kept or properly maintained and blessed and prayed over can cause in your life. If you live in a house where the spoken word is spoken, it's humble, there's music of joy, peace of God's love, you love each other, there's just a warm feeling when you walk in the door of comfort. That's quite different than a home where there's cursing and anger and violence and loud music, which is demonic, or anything that is negative, continuous arguments and a traffic of people in and out who might not be necessarily the nicest people you would want energy in your home. So all of this really starts with your home. We spend most of our days in our home and at our place of work. So let's start this Friday by clearing out the space in both areas so that you can have clarity, so your intentions are what you truly want and they're not clouded and they won't be delayed, they won't be questioned because you have such negative energy or such clutter within your space. So let's start today getting clarity in our homes by purging everything that's blocking energy in your corners, getting rid of things that you don't need, excess things, selling things, donating things, putting things in storage, having more open space. And the more space you have in your home, the more space you're going to see where you're going to feel comfortable to be able to think. You're not going to be under so much pressure and feeling so closed in, because a lot of us might feel closed in because of the junk and the clutter that we keep in our home. And that does tie into us mentally. Same thing for your work desk. Don't have so many papers. Let everything have a file and a folder. And especially now when we're trying to really be more eco-friendly, keep those papers paperless on your computer. Create electronic folders. So keep 1 or 2 or 3 things on your desk that are needed, but everything else keep within your computer system. Put things into file cabinets. If you have a shredder at work or at your home, shred the unnecessary paper. It's talking about moving out the clutter. It all affects your energy and how you go about your day and how you receive your peace, your tranquility when you're at home. And yes, even at work, you're entitled to tranquility and peace. You should be able to work with intent. You should be able to work and be able to focus. But if you have a cluttered cubicle, you have personal items all over the place, work items, you can't see your desk, your screen is dirty, how can you truly focus? So let's start today, especially if it's a nice quiet Friday, by cleansing the space at your desk. And then when you come home, continue that energy of cleansing and purging at home so that your clarity is clear and your intention is purposeful. Finally, we get the card of flow. And we know once you have an intention with clarity and things can flow, but you have to give the space for ideas and energy to flow in. Regardless of the size of your space, being able to move freely is key. Flow does matter. Stand at the entry to each room and let your eyes follow the path of movement. If there are items blocking the way, downsize or rearrange. Less is often more. Simplify your belongings to increase the flow and freedom of self. How, as human beings, we always think the more we have, the more it gives us meaning to life, or the more important we are. But in all actuality, less is more, because that's less stress that we have to deal with, that's less money that we're spending, less things that we have to clean, less things that we have to worry about. So I love that. Let's see what the energies are and messages for us for work and finance. Well, we get deadlines. Some of you might have some deadlines today that you need to pay attention to, or you need to mark on your calendar. So please look at those deadlines or update them as need be. Extend them in some cases if you need to. We also get the message of entrepreneur. Some of you are on your computers, networking, trying to find ways to get your brand out there or to network with others. Maybe you're creating your first website or the first protege of your particular item that you're creating. Others of you, this might be the day that you say, you know what, I'm tired of the 9 to 5. I am going to be my own boss. And then in the middle of the deck, we get debt. Some of you aren't quite happy where you are financially. You're looking at an empty wallet. You have the bills and the collection notices and the collection calls coming in. You got to turn it around. You got to start from ground one. First, work with your home and your space. Have that clarity, clean and purge. You might see your money going out the door, but then that can explain why you were in debt, the overspending. So let's determine what caused your debt, how to get away from that bad habit and turn it around. Maybe getting rid of things and getting back in the flow of things is going to allow you to pay off your debt and to acquire better spending habits. Before we come to a close, let's see what we get with the romance. Well, we get the card of worth the wait. So some of you are patiently waiting for love or patiently waiting for healing to take place, whether in your life or your significant other. And it's worth the wait. Sometimes waiting for that right person rather than going from one person to another, taking on these rebound relationships is the healthiest thing that you can do. So if you are on the fence of whether or not you want to proceed, this is the wake-up call answer for you today. Yes, love is worth the wait. The person that you might be thinking about or that you desire to come into your life is worth the wait. We also get the message of come to me. There is someone calling to you, or you calling to someone that does want to come to you. And we also get change of heart. So with come to you and change of heart, I feel like there could have been someone that you separated from or someone that walked away from you. And now they've had a change of heart and you might be hearing from them. 2 more cards or 3 more cards before we close. We also get in the middle of this deck, be careful of someone in your office space or in your family that is an older, mature, or elderly woman. She could be very judgmental, is very bitter. She could be a backstabber. I don't know if you've had a confrontation with this person or you and this person has had words, but just watch the energy of this person because they have like an axe to grind, and it doesn't necessarily have to be with you, but that's just their energy. You know, some people as they get old, they become very bitter and angry about life and about the choices they made, and if you're a relative or friend, they might be jealous of your success, but that is not your energy to take on. Everyone makes their own personal choices and the results that come out from it. In closing, from the tarot, we get for this Friday, the Queen of Cups. You also have the energy around you, or this could be you, of being very compassionate, nurturing, stable, caring, wanting to do things for others, wanting to do things for yourself. People see you as a calm and loving person, an empath, someone that they can come to. And this is why it's important for you to have your space and your head and your mental capacity together, because you need clarity. You need an energy of positive flow because others look at you for that source of light. And we also get at the bottom of the deck the Knight of Swords energy. Could be someone coming in, or this could be just your energy where you want to rush into a particular situation that you're ambitious about. This could be a career issue or something that you want to do for yourself. I feel like the energy is this weekend and starting this Friday, it's like many of you want to complete some things on your bucket list, or you want to start a bucket list, and how great it feels. Like, I gotta say from personal experience, as you make a list or as you set goals and you accomplish them, you know, you give yourself that pat on the back, you toast yourself, and you say, wow, I did it. It might be a struggle, even debt, right? Trying to clear your debt. There's many ways that you can do that, and once you do it, there's such a great feeling of accomplishment. So this Knight of Swords energy, you know, many of you are trying to get fast thoughts. You want fast action to get you out of the situations that you're in. That's great, but slow it down some. You don't want to do it too fast, right? Because you want to learn the lesson. You want to be able to learn and retain the process and understand what got you where you're at financially, in debt, or whatever situation you're trying to work on, or whatever it is that you're trying to obtain, the steps that you took to rectify it, and how you came out on the end. Because this might be a valuable lesson not only for yourself, for your future endeavors or experiences, but also that you can pass on to others. And then finally, ending this energy with the Friday wake-up call, we get the Six of Pentacles. Many of you who are not in debt, my Saggies, you're feeling very generous. You might be helping others this week or this weekend coming up, starting today. Some of you might be out this morning working in your local church or in your local school, giving of your time and energy. It doesn't always have to be about money. You know, the value in your time is just as important. So what a wonderful series of wake-up messages for this Friday. May you have a blessed Friday, and come on back for the rest of the weekend messages. Namaste.